Hello, and welcome to my Erosion CHIMPS Black Border Guide with an amazing combo. It's also fairly easy, so that's nice. First, we're going to start off by placing a sub right over here, as high as possible, while the outside of the range border touches the right side of that crack, right over there. Kinda like this. And then, we place a dart monkey right over here, as left as possible, while the outside of the range border touches the corner of this little thing next to the crack. I don't really know how to say it, like a mini platform thingy. You'll see what I'm talking about right over here. That. And then you'll set this dart monkey to strong and upgrade it to 001 range right after the sub pops the greens. Once you've done this, we're AFK until round 9, so see you then. Before round 9, upgrade your sub to twin guns. Once you've done that, we're AFK until right before round 14, so see you then. Before round 14, buy Airburst on your sub. Yeah, we can afford Psy, but Airburst is much better here because Psy just dies on round 15. Speaking of Psy, place them right over here as top left as possible on this platform right next to the thingy, and set them to strong. And then we're going to upgrade your sub to a 102 longer range right when you can afford it. And then you'll also get intel when you can afford it. Don't question those mouse movements. I'm not having a stroke. I just was kind of bored. Yeah, once you have intel, we're AFK until right before round 28. So see you then. At some point before round 28, place a druid right over here. This placement is kind of important, so try and follow it accurately. Upgrade that druid to a 130 Druid of the Jungle and set it to first, because it automatically sets it to strong for some reason. I don't know why, but it just does that, so yeah, manually set it to first. For round 33, you're going to set Psy to first once a few reds start to reach the bear. There are two main outcomes that can happen here. Usually there's just one red that makes it to the bear, but here there were 3 and it ended up being completely fine. Sometimes there can be a slight change in what happens, but I'm not entirely sure, because this is the only time it's happened for me. Before 35, place a dartling right over here as bottom right as possible, and upgrade it to a 202 mid-round and lock it right over there. It is very important that it is locked specifically there for this round, because you kind of want it to hit stuff, you know? There should not be any RNG on 35. And then for 36, you're going to move your Dartling's lock to right over here, and then place a Beast Handler as bottom left as possible right over here, and upgrade it to a 001 Gear Falcon, however you pronounce it, and set its grab point right over there. You want it to be as forward in the track as possible, but sometimes the game just doesn't let you. Like here. Like, come on, let me put it there. I guess not, though. When you can afford it, place a village right over here as bottom right as possible. Or just as low as possible, right over here. And upgrade it to a 200 Jungle Drums. You should be able to afford this in the middle of 38. Once you've gotten that, this is all we spend until round 40, so see you then. So, round 40 here is probably the hardest round in the entire run, which is a good thing, but also it sucks. And then set your Druid of the Jungle to last, that is very important, and we're going to have to do a bit of Dartling micro. Just make sure that it is targeting slightly in front of where the Moab currently is. there is quite a lot of leeway, as you can see here. It's very important that your druid is on last, though. And then set it back to first for 41. And now you can lock it right up front over there. And then get radar scanner on your village, and you're going to want to place a glue gunner right up here. No, not there. There. And upgrade it to a 110 and set it to strong. This guy will absolutely cheese round 43 because we kinda need that. Round 43 was quite RNG without it. For 43, you might want to micro your Dartling. I'm not entirely sure you have to, but you might have to. And then place a Beast Handler as bottom left as possible, upgrade it to a 002 Horned Owl, merge your other Beast Handler into it, and set the grab point back to where it was before because, I don't know, it moved it automatically for some reason. And then place another Beast Handler as bottom left as possible here, upgrade it to a 001, merge it in, and another 001 right over here as top left as possible, and merge it into your Horned Owl. Large cut because the update video just came out, so I was watching that. And for 43, you're also going to want to set side as strong. I forgot about that. And then, yeah, micro your Dartling if you have to, but you should not have to. 110 Glue Gunner is kinda crazy. And then after 43, lock your Dartling back in place. Once you can afford it, upgrade your Owl to a Golden Eagle. This guy is actually really, really good now, when previously he was one of the worst towers in the game. Now our goal is to get him to max power. How we're going to do that is by upgrading both of our Beast Handlers on the platform to 002 Horned Owls. Before 48, place a Beast Handler as top left as possible, next to your other two, and upgrade it to a 002 Horned Owl and merge it into your other one. And now do another one as top right as possible in the corner of the screen and merge it into your Golden Eagle. I also forgot to mention, set side to first. That is very, very important. Like, really, really important. Do that. Before 49, place another Beast Handler as top right as possible right over here. If you've gotten your village placements and your other Beast Handler placements right, this should be easy. Upgrade it to a 002 Horned Owl and merge it into your Golden Eagle. Now we have max power Golden Eagle, which is really, really good. He basically carries our mid-game until we can afford BEZ. Oh yeah, I'd also recommend that you buy Buckshot now and lock its targeting to somewhere where it can hit the track, but I just don't do that for a while. Alright. Oh no! The ground is removed. Move your Golden Eagle's grab point to right after the start of the track. I don't think it's best for it to be right at the start of the track, but that's also fine. And finally, I get Buckshot. Now, you're going to want to get BADS as soon as you can afford it, which should be on 55 or 56, I don't remember. Now, you've afforded BADS. Once you've gotten it, set it to target independent. This guy will, well, build into our BEZ, obviously. And then, as bottom right as possible, right above your BADS, put a 320 Alchemist. It should be going specifically to the bats. It is alright if the acidic mixture dip buff is going to the druid, that's alright, it barely does anything on a BADS. But we need the alch buff going to it, that is very important. Once we've afforded this, we're AFK until 72, so see you then. Well, we We are AFK until 72, but I would recommend using some Psi abilities on 63 if you feel scared for whatever reason. Oh no! Our Golden Eagle is not power 24 anymore. Let's make it power 24. Right over here, place a 001 Beast Handler and merge it into your Golden Eagle. And then move it right up there to the start. We technically are AFK until 80, but I would recommend using a few abilities on 75, 76, and 78. So, 80 is pretty simple. All you gotta do is use size stun right about when the ZOMG pops into BFBs. This should just win, but if you feel like you need to use a scream for whatever reason, do that. 81 gets absolutely rolled until the end of the round, where you're going to have to use another stun. If you mess up this stun's timing, you might die. It'll get very close though. You're going to want to use the stun once there are a few Moabs and a few BFBs left. Or you could just look at the money counter, which should be just about 51.2k. That's about when you want to use the stun. And then for 82, I'm not even sure if you have to use a stun here, but I would 154% recommend it, just because it makes it a lot safer. And now for 83, the easiest round of all time, except sometimes it's not, you're going to want to use a stun once there are a bunch of Moabs on screen and going straight toward the exit. Like now. I guess you could also use a scream here, but not needed. And now, in the middle of 83, or right at the end basically, you should be able to afford BEZ. The game now gets a lot easier. Like, a lot easier. All you're going to want to do now is upgrade your Alchemist to a 420, and then get your village to a 230 Monkey Intelligence Bureau. And those weird sounds you keep hearing in the background are just Ennui messaging me on Steam, so don't worry about it. Now, once you can afford it, you're going to want to place an Ice Monkey as, I don't know, I did it as top left as possible here, which didn't really end up mattering, so yeah. And you're going to upgrade it to a 032 Arctic Wind with the goal of getting it to a snowstorm later, but not right now. First, after the platform gets deleted, we're going to want to place another Beast Handler right over here, and upgrade it to a 001, merge it into our Golden Eagle so it gets 24 power again, and then move the grab point to the front of the track. That was stressful. You could just do it mid-round or during not the round. Or not during the round. I can't English today, don't worry about it. And then you're going to want to place a 024 Relentless Glue Gunner over here, set to Strong. This guy helps for one round and one round only, and that is round 99, but why not get him now? Finally, we'll get that Arctic Wind from earlier to a snowstorm. And that isn't actually the final thing we're doing, I lied. Now, don't place a boomerang here, not there, right over here. And upgrade it to a 204 Moab Press set to Strong. This guy helps out on 98 in producing just a little bit of RNG that can happen, and he also helps on some other rounds too. So yeah, I'll see you on 98 where we actually got to do stuff. Oh yeah, I'm back before 98, but don't talk about that. Just place a sub right over here and upgrade it to a 040 first strike once you can afford it. 98 is pretty easy. Just use a scream once most, if not all, of the ZOMGs have been popped. Remember that you can also use a snowstorm as a panic button if you feel like you have to for whatever reason. And then, for 99, feel free to use size stun. It is not entirely required, but I don't know, I guess you could do it if you really want to. And then, for round 100, use a first strike when it looks like the bad is just about to exit. Or, right now. Boom. If you've done everything correctly, you should now have your Erosion black border with a really cool strategy. Bloon Exclusion Zone is just that cool, and Golden Eagle is even cooler. I hope this guide helped you out. Have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye.